Welcome to the Dr. John Char Holistic Health Show. And we're going to be talking about living your dreams. And we have a special guest today. And she's going to talk about living. So, Rita, this is Rita Somen, psychotherapist. And we'd like to hear more about you.
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me to your show, Dr. Char. I'm from India originally and in Oregon for almost 23 years now. By profession, I'm a psychotherapist, and I'm also drug and alcohol specialist for past 23 years almost. And I have outpatient program in Oregon, drug and alcohol. About 5 years ago, my life changed how I deal with my clients, and also about how to manifest dreams and goals led me to reach the world.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we're going to talk about some real issues. And I'm the person to be talking to about, because you give classes, right?
Yes, I do.
And you go over the world giving classes?
Yes,
Wow.
every weekend.
Okay. And it's different from what we call the secret. You know, that seems to be the popular thing they call the secret. But you're going to be talking about the real, right?
Yes,
All
the
right.
real secret.
And so tell me a little bit about that, the real secret.
Well, the real secret, and secret has some connection to it, because secret says that ask, believe, and receive. So anybody can decide what I want in life, and then they do actions and work very hard, try to reach their goals. Not everybody is able to reach the goals because the belief is missing. If they're not programmed to succeed in life, it is very. So my search to find out, I'm a great fan of secret, but that piece was missing. I tried to use secret in my life. I was able to achieve some goals, but the result didn't last for a long time. I tried to help other people with the law of attraction. The results did not last for a long time. I mean, they were not long lasting. Then I said, well, there has to be something missing here that I'm not understanding what it is. From Dr. Bruce Lipton's book, I found out about Psych, the process we use. And this process is an amazing process of helping people change their beliefs at the subconscious level of the mind. So now when they have a belief in alignment with what they want to achieve in life, and then when they do their actions, it's a goal. It's just like the mathematical formula. Mm-hmm. It works so perfectly and effortlessly that people just call me and say, oh my God, my life is changing. Because of course now they are programmed differently.
You know, as a doctor, we treat patients every day. And we use kind of high tech, and we use holistic alternative medicine and so forth. But there's a lot of doctors, a lot of treatments out there that people get on and they get excited about it and they tail off. Now, I'll give you a classic example, a seminar on how to get rid of your diabetes and all your chronic illnesses in 10 days by just watching your diet and doing all that. But he made one comment about slide off. They get good, they're feeling better, their cholesterol's dropped, their sugar levels dropping and everything. But then, all of a sudden, they start gaining weight again, going back on the trend again. They get off the, we call the wagon. Mm-hmm. How is your technique going to help these people?
First of all, we believe that every disease, every problem we encounter in life, any physiological in nature, psychological, spiritual, emotional, they all have messages, and there's a root cause for all those problems. Mm-hmm. Well, in the first place, the body had to cry through symptoms to get help, or get your attention. So we go to the root cause and find out what are the beliefs that are, playing a role in person's manifesting. So when we work with professionals, other doctors, and they help them with the symptoms, and we work with their beliefs and the root cause, and there's a perfect fit of those two modalities, what they're trying to do and what we're trying to help them with, and they're amazing. That's one of the reasons that I've been traveling all over.
So in other words, what you're saying basically is people have a tendency to feel good, get onto a program, any kind of help program, and then all of a sudden they slide off. So you'll be able to on track, get rid of all the distortions in the brain that creates these things like addictions to get back onto what they were on before and get them into trouble to begin with, right? And so you have a whole technique, and I'm sure that you said you were in Hollywood. You've been
People
watching.
from all over, all walks of life, Bollywood, Hollywood, you know. My passion was to help people who are highly talented and who haven't realized their dreams, or maybe they're thinking I'm too old, or my voice is not good anymore, or the other actors, you know, more in demand. I'm not in demand anymore because of all the limitations they have. So and those people are very talented. I mean, you know, and I know
Sure.
a lot of people that we don't see them on the screen anymore. But once they find out that, you know, it's my own limiting belief, I'm getting in my own way. It's not that there's no work for me. I'm getting in my own way. So we help them actually align the beliefs to what they want. Actually, recently I had a success with one of the people that one of these days I'm sure she's gonna come out and share body that after doing some work with Psych, she got a great role offer in a movie, and she's very excited about that. And then there was another singer who actually was going to perform in front of thousands of people. His feet froze. He called me over the phone, and we had a 15 minutes of we call balance, aligning some beliefs. And after 15 minutes, when he performed, he had a standing ovation. People had tears in their eyes, and he won the award.
Wow, wonderful.
That quickly.
Wonderful. You know, they always talk about it could be alternative medicine or complementary medicine or everything. And then it's always, you know, they have a stigma of saying, oh, that's far out and that's not accepted. And we always ask people, what's the science behind this? You know, they're talking about neuroscience. I mean, I'd say, so what's the science behind this?
Science behind Psych is that Psych uses whole brain integration processes to influence the subconscious mind, so it can change according to what you want in life. We have been giving two hemispheres of the brain for a reason. So each hemisphere has, you know, different characteristics and functions. So when we are raised in an environment where we follow either or parent, you know, and their footsteps and how they are behaving in certain situations. So later in life, we develop those patterns. And so the problem is that we use conscious mind to set our goals and achieve the goals. Actually, technically, the conscious mind only uses 5% to 10% to set the goals. And we use half of the brain to achieve our goals. For example, our visions and missions are in the right brain. People have all these ideas, but it's in the left brain. So if they don't have a belief that I deserve to succeed in life, I deserve to shine my light in the world, then they can have all the visions and missions, but because of the belief they're lacking, it'll be very hard for them to actually do their action. So the neuroscience, first of all, says that, you know, most of the cognition takes place in the subconscious mind. First of all, you know, people are talking to the wrong part of the mind, which is the conscious mind, to change. Willpower and insight. I'm going to change, telling me that do this, and I'll do that. If I don't believe I deserve to heal or be successful and healthy, whatever goal I'm working on, then it's not going to happen. We have the chemistry missing there. We never made a connection. We never experienced it. Subconscious mind has no idea what is going to look like for me, because somebody who's always been sick and was told that they can never be healthy, or whatever the reason, they have formed the beliefs that I don't deserve to be healthy or deserve to be successful. So they have the missing chemistry, missing links. So with Psych, we help them align the new beliefs through whole brain integration processes, where they actually, while we are helping them change the belief in those exercises, the balances we call them, where we actually increase the cross to two brain hemispheres. So they are able to form a new connection right then and there, and the new beliefs formed.
We have a lot of problems with, you know, I'm a sports enthusiast, okay, and I see baseball pitchers and they get off and they go about 3 innings, and just like they're like Herculean efforts, they almost strike out everybody, and all of a sudden they just can't find the plate, and they go into out of sync, and they have everybody's trying to figure out what's happening with them. Maybe the technique is got off. People do that. All of a sudden they're going on pretty good in life, and the thing goes right off, right? And how do you get it back on track and stay on track, you know?
Well, you talk about sports. I had a girl, she was about 16 years old, and she was right when it was time for her to win, she would sabotage herself, and she was very disappointed. So when she came to my office and we worked on some of the beliefs that were lacking, and once she did the work, and ever since she has been winning her games.
So
Because-
you're talking about these people sometimes they don't achieve, maybe they're overachievers, and they don't achieve it, then they beat up on themselves.
Yes, they don't have beliefs. They're trying
Yeah.
to do that. They work really hard, but last minute when they're about to reach the goals, their subconscious mind says, "What are you doing?" Because subconscious mind prefers the familiar. If I'm trying to do something that's not part of my programming, then I'm definitely, as a subconscious, throw a fit like, what is this? So that's one of the reasons they get over anxious,
They get anxiety and they get all the
anxiety and all.
stress
They then try to take some stuff to calm them, and then end up getting kicked out from the team because of using those illicit drugs and all. They're all trying to reach the goals, and most of them are they're passionate about what they do. They really want to win, but they don't realize that there's something missing. So we are the missing piece. We help them with the belief that they're lacking.
One of the things that when I'm working with a church there, and one of the things that we see the people with addictions, drug addictions, alcoholics come in, and they get a very hard trying to shift, even though they have all the support teams and everything, and because they have that craving, and then all of a sudden you got to be on top of them all the time, or they just all of a sudden they just drift off back into their old patterns again. And the very hardest things when you're dealing with drug addictions, food addictions, people with all kinds of addictions, how would you be able to get that person back on track and keep them aligned? Okay.
Well, we focus more on finding out, what are the beliefs, the root cause of the addiction, and then find those beliefs and help them change those beliefs, and then it's very easy for them to do actions. I'm going to give you an example. I'm also an evaluator for the City of Troutdale Court in Oregon. I actually evaluate people when they get a drunk driving ticket, then I refer them to a program. Then the programs call me once a month and give me the feedback on the client, how they're doing. If their clients are not doing good, they will let me know what's going on. So I got a call from a program just today, and they were saying that we tried this person doing the regular outpatient program. Now we are trying inpatient, the intensive outpatient program, and the person is very, very cooperative, and they want to do everything. We're going to go AA meetings in 30 days, but we just want to let you know that that if that doesn't work, then we're going to put him in the inpatient program. We'll keep you updated. And I recently had an introduction lecture to Psych lecture there, telling them about how beliefs, reality. So I told the girl, I said, you were at my lecture, weren't you? She said, yes, I was. So I said, you know what the problem is? She said, yes, I do. And I said, you know what? You can try to punish this person through whatever you want to do, or kick him out and tell him we'll send you back to courts, or get your driver's license back. But if the person doesn't have a belief, with the conscious mind, we are actually causing neurological disorder in the brain when we are telling people to do things that they are not capable of doing. If I tell you to fly a plane and you don't did it, how can you do that? So that's what people are doing, and they're not realizing that all these problems that we have, they have message for us. Don't kill the symptoms, get the message. And then symptoms would disappear, Yes, we do need some medical help. We do need alternative therapies. For what? If we are trying to get these people healthy, they don't even have a belief I deserve to be healthy, or I can become healthy. Because some people have a personality where they are always negative, and they are diagnosed with a problem. First thing comes to their mind, I'm dying. Or if I become and I have a problem with drugs or alcohol, then I'm told that it's an incurative disease, and once you are an alcoholic, an addict, you will be always that way. So what are my chances of success? Because I'm programmed that way by the society, by the research. But I have programs where I have people for 4 years, they touched alcohol. Not only they haven't touched alcohol, but their life is totally in every direction. They're doing so well. If I'm keeping one program out of my 3 programs only for that reason, because I have a pilot study going on to make sure that these people are able to, and live a wonderful life that they desire to live. And
So is your program teachable? So in other words, if you had a group of people, say 25 people, and you went through a whole session, and you said, yeah, I feel good, then you have to leave, right? Then how would these 25 people say, okay, I want to do this. Can they do it? Is it a complex problem?
No, because this is done through muscle testing. Are you familiar with muscle testing?
Yes, kinesiology.
And we teach people how to do self-muscle testing
Okay.
and how to find beliefs and change those beliefs. And then we do a follow-up session and we tell them that. And then we have support groups for them so they can get together with each other after the workshop once a month. And they can practice. And I come on Skype, you know, if you're familiar with Skype,
Yep.
that where people can get together, it doesn't matter where you're at. I support them so that they can get the practice of how to change these beliefs. It's a program where you don't have to go. It's like, you know, if you have a lot of issues, I won't say that you can take my workshop and you can heal, because it's not a workshop where you begin to heal. It's a workshop where you learn how I can begin my healing. But if you have a lot of work to do, then most of the people, I suggest to them that do some. And when I say some sessions, that doesn't mean they'll be with me for a long time. That could be 1 or 2 or maybe 6 sessions at the most they do.
So in other words, you can actually do it long distance too.
I do.
Okay,
Most
so
of the work is long distance. Wherever I go, now I'm in Hawaii right now, I have people, they say, well, take your laptop to the beach and show us the nice view and we want to have a session. So I'm trying,
go
but
down
my
to the beach.
subconscious mind says, I'm here to play. I'm here to teach the workshop and play. So I'm just trying to tell them that, okay, let me make time to do the session. It's mostly long distance.
You know, a lot of people have dreams, and sometimes the dreams are not as happy as you would be. And it has to do with coming out from the subconscious mind, right? Any sort of release. How do you deal with people with bad dreams? You know, we're talking about like post-traumatic stress, soldiers coming back, they're getting bad dreams about things they saw, the atrocities they saw in war. And they can't go to sleep. I mean, their bodies are out of what we call out of kilter, let's put it that way. How are they able to get these people back into say a normal sleep pattern?
What if I tell you that I help people with post-traumatic stress syndrome, 2 to 3 sessions at the most?
3 sessions, okay.
At the most. I've helped people with the sleeping, like this person had 30 years of no sleeping. But he was, as a child, he went through a lot of trauma. Even though he's adult now, he understands that there's no trauma happening. But, you know, our subconscious mind is running the old, outdated programs automatically. After, you know, sessions with him, and he's completely regained his sleeping pattern. Before, he was trying all kinds of medicines, all kinds of therapies. He was trying yoga, meditation, you name it. You know, he was there for every modality that was out there. Tried acupuncture. That would give him short-term results, not long-term, because they were all dealing with his symptoms, not the root cause. Once the root cause was addressed, the person doesn't have the problem.
Well, you know, a lot of people say it's genetic. It's genetic. Your family had it, parents had it, and so then you're going to get it. And so, how much of a role does genetic play in this?
As much as you believe, it does, because according to Bruce Lipton, you know, when you believe, you know, you can change everything, and you don't have to have diseases because your family had it. I have all kinds of diseases in my family, so that means I am going to believe in perfect health and that I deserve perfect health. So I'm going to be focusing more on things for my perfect health and not being in a fear and protection mode that because my parents had this disease and I'm going to have one too. So where you put your energy, that's what will manifest in your life. So I'm going to put my energy every day. I put my energy every day on staying healthy and getting healthy. If somebody says, oh, go to Dr. Char and something special, and I say, okay, I'm going to go and check out what's going on. If there's anything happening, I'm going to address the root cause and also get the treatment from Dr. Char and then follow what he tells me to do. I'm not going to just waste your time. I'm going to follow through with what you tell me to do because I have a belief to support me, set of beliefs to support my health.
You know, and just like in our practice in medicine and dentistry, if the patient doesn't believe what you're going to do for them, I mean, you're going to help them, you can't help them. Most doctors, the doctors tell you the same thing. The person doesn't believe. You're talking about belief system, right? If they don't believe, how in the world are you going to get them well?
That's
right?
true. But they have to come forward and say, I want to take charge of my life. I'm sick and tired. Unfortunately, a lot of people, you know, they come to me because they have trauma and crisis going on in their life, and they're poor and broke, or they have health problems, or they've been told that you're dying of cancer, 3 more months to live. Those are the people who have come to me, and they're all living and doing extremely changing. I'm not a healer, so I just help them change their beliefs. I'll give you an example of my own. One time I went to dentist to get my wisdom tooth extracted. And then I actually waited till the last minute to go because I had this fear when I had this work done in the past. I had a very painful, traumatic experience of them taking it out in 7 pieces.
Oh, yeah.
So I would know. That was the last place I would like to go. So I waited till the last minute, and finally I just told myself I have to go. So I went there. Doctor checked pressure, and my blood pressure was very high. And he said, well, I'm sorry, I cannot do anything. Do you have blood pressure problem? And I said, no, I don't have blood pressure problem. He said, well, right now your blood pressure is really high. And I said, I cannot do anything right now. I said, can you give me 15 minutes and check blood pressure is still not normal? Then fine. Well, I just did my balances and I released traumatic memories about my past experiences that I had with the other dentists. Once I released it and I just envisioned that I have a perfect, very easy, and extraction of my wisdom tooth, and also that after I'm done, I didn't take any pain pills or I'm just fine. Doctor came back 15 minutes later, my blood pressure was perfectly normal. He said, what did you do? I said, we'll talk later on, but just get the tooth out. And he did that, and after that, everybody said, don't go to work, there could be dry socket, this and that. And I said, no, I'm just going to be fine. I had a full day of work, I had no problem, nothing, and I didn't even take one Advil after that.
And he had to cut the thing out? I mean,
This time was such an easy one. He just
that
pulled
was an
it
easy
out.
one, yeah.
He just pulled it out because I just not resist, I was totally open and trusting the doctor and releasing my past trauma, saying it wasn't doctor's fault or anything, but it happened. I cannot hold on to that and never go see a dentist. You know that. It's very important to get you taken care of dental, the health of your teeth is very important. So that's what my own experience that I said, well, it can work for anything. And it doesn't take too long. Just, people can change the belief. The guy who won the award, singing award, he just did 15 minutes of balances where he released the programs of how he was programmed as a child that you will never succeed, you're good for nothing. Those beliefs changing to that I allow my light to shine the world. I deserve to accomplish my goals and I'm comfortable in front of people singing and he had a wonderful, I've been telling him to put his video on YouTube so that people can watch his testimony.
Now, like I said, what you're saying basically, I mean, is it like hypnosis? You got to sort of give yourself away, kind of release yourself authority. You release your authority so then they can go into the deeper realm and remove things.
No, it's not about removing, it's about replacing.
Or replacing.
Because you remove everything, then so you are in a plain field, nothing there. You want to have your dreams and goals and see it blossom, your fields, Psych is about replacing, not getting rid of things. It's about, okay, let's find out how you were programmed. Like redoing your tape. Whatever you programmed, let's erase and redo it. Whatever else you want now.
So you can actually get use subliminal tapes where you can actually program all these goody stuff and you listen to it and once you get them programmed, and what you call it now, and then you keep listening to all these good thoughts and everything.
I want to tell you, I've tried all those programs myself. Okay, none of those programs work.
Yeah.
For one is that some people they are visual, some people are auditory, some people are kinesthetic. So whatever they are trying, first of all, subconscious mind understands things literally in a sensory based. What do you want instead? So you can listen to these CDs and they would be helpful to you. They'll relax you, and I have no doubt about that. That's why I got addicted to reading books and seminars and all kinds of techniques that are out there. I was the first person to try. I was very open-minded. I'm open-minded. See what else is going on in the world. I participate in the expos and I see what other people are doing. So it's amazing, that what people are trying to do, they all have great intentions. I don't doubt that. They are doing what they know that works. But we are just making people totally release that program and replace with what they want instead. I mean, they don't have to all the time doing things for recovery. Once they're done, they move on with their life and allow them to enjoy their life.
Well, that's great. Even expo, and it's like wellness expo. In fact, there was one this morning, and they had maybe 60 booths. And maybe half of them are psychics and card readers, tarot, and all these. What would people ask you is the difference?
Well, I'm not telling the future for one. I'm not even telling him anything because I'm just going to help them find out that if they are trying hard and they cannot achieve their goals, find out limiting beliefs and then help them change those beliefs.
So it's not the same. It's not the same.
I'm not a future telling person.
Oh, okay.
I'm just helping them reprogram their mind.
Wonderful. You know, it's been a very enlightening conversation we had right about how you be able to approach the belief system. And as you know, it's very important. And we'd like to hear more from you. And then you have a seminar this weekend. Right?
I have a seminar. Actually, I'm going to Kona Expo to put there. Next weekend, I have a seminar in Kona, and next week also during the weekdays I have a seminar in Honolulu. And then I've been coming to. I love Hawaii. I've been coming almost every month, and I have seminar on 24th and 25th of April. I'm coming back to teach. My passion. I want to teach people this process so simple for them to learn. They can do it on their own.
Well, unfortunately, we ran out of time. So basically, it was really great talking to you about
Psych.
Psych, okay. And we look forward to next show is going to be on allergies. And so plug into our show. See you on the next show. Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome.